astray and lied to. I don't think there's anyone that hates it more than I do. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I'm alone and no one knows the things I know. There's nobody to talk to and there's nowhere I can go. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you for tuning in to F.M.S. Heal the Nation podcast, which stands for Future Management Services. Here we do a lot of videos on sobriety, mental health awareness, and life lessons. Today is more of a life lessons, but all of it ties together. All of it ties together in one shape or form or fashion. It all connects. And if you look at my other videos, you will see that there is a strong connection as far as these things that we talk about on this platform is here to help us grow in different areas we need to grow. So, life lesson. Let's think about this for a minute. A lot of things that we've been through, our experiences, mold us into who we are. What we've seen from others has molded us into who we are. What we've learned over the years have molded us as well. So the way you see things is a cognitive thing. So that's the way you digest a situation. I could step someone's foot or they step on my foot, and because of my mindset at the time of what I may be going through, I may just say, listen, you're going to say, excuse me, or I may ignore it and just keep moving. It depends on your mindset. And mindset has everything to do with your mental health because of the fact that the way you see things is the way you're going to respond to things. So what if a person calls me a bad name or something, and they're a friend of mine, and I take it as a joke, but a person can say the same thing, and I would take it as something offensive and may want to have an argument or even worse in a situation because of the way I'm digesting what's being said, even though it's the same exact thing my friend or someone that's close to me may have said something. And that is a matter of our thought process. So when we're thinking about as far as people and the way things are going right now, I mean, just to get attention, there's people on social media that may be revealing themselves and, to get attention. That is a cry for help or attention or something, in my opinion, because of the fact that a person that's grounded within themselves and has God in their life and has a strong relationship with God, it's one thing to say, oh, I believe in God, but then there's another thing to have a relationship. That means you talk to him regularly. That means you pray regularly. There's different types of prayers. There's prayers of decreeing something. There's prayers of submission and repentance. There's prayers of conversation. There's so many different prayers that's not being taught to us in reference to a relationship with the Most High. There's different types. And if I'm grounded within myself, I would not do certain things if I'm grounded in myself. If I have a little peer pressure even, I would still stand on my morals or my standards regardless of what others are doing or my friends are doing or whatever. The whole world could be doing something that may not be the right thing. And just because they're doing it doesn't mean that I'm going to jeopardize my relationship because of the fact that that's what most people are doing, you know? So like you have to be grounded within yourself, and you have to be assured of yourself, and know what is right and wrong, and what sits well in your spirit. Because if you will get mentally sick if you do something not in agreement with your spirit. Like, say, for instance, I have a relationship, right? And the relationship is a relationship where I'm forced to be with a person because of the fact that their parents or something wants me to marry them or something. I'm just using this for an example. And I don't want to marry them. I really like them, but I don't really like them that way. I'm intimidated or whatever, and I go ahead and marry them, right? So then what happens then? I'm uncomfortable. I'm not happy. We argue. We don't agree. We never built a relationship where we could be able to work together. And also, I'm going against my own gut feeling in reference to what makes me happy. So now I would probably get sick. I'll probably get sick. I'll have breakout in hives. My body would give me telltale signs of being unhappy and uncomfortable, and just mentally, it will be draining on the individual to do something that they are not willing to do, to go against their own gut feeling. So with that being said, we have to be mindful of not doing things just to please people. We have to do things according to what sits well in your spirit. Don't do things just out of, I just want to make this person happy. Let's say you're in another type of relationship, and that person gives you a guilt trip. They tell you, I need such and such money or something. And you say to yourself, I really need this money for whatever that is. And they're pressuring you on giving them something towards whatever that concern may be. And you sacrifice and say, well, I'm going to get paid next week and I can probably replace it. I'm not sure how much I'm going to make because I missed a couple of days, and you don't know your calculation correctly or whatever. And you think you're going to be okay, and then you sacrifice, and then you find out next week that you're short and you're not able to pay whatever bill you need to pay. So then the situation is flipped over where you're in need and they may have, and they decide that they don't want to give it to you for whatever the reasons may be. Maybe they can't do it or whatever the case may be. Maybe let's say they do have it and they decide they don't want to do it because they want to do something else with it. Then you get upset with them because of the fact that they don't respond to your need the way you respond to their need, or they don't see things the way you see things, or you may go out of your way to help, but another person may not go out of their way to help you. So all that is cognitive, all that is thought process, all that is the way each person sees things. So you can be upset with them because they don't respond the way you do, or act the way you do, or feel the way you do about a situation, because that was your thoughts, your feelings on what you wanted to do at the time, and what they think and what they feel may not be the same. So you have to sit with that and deal with it accordingly. So just like in the Bible, it talks about unevenly yoked type of relationship with marriage, right? And if a person is pulling one direction and you're pulling in another direction, or you're pulling forward and they're staying still, then that is not a productive relationship to be in. And even if you're in friendships, the same thing. It's not a good relationship if the person does not reciprocate the same type of love or same type of thing that you give to them. You want, even if it's partially, I mean, it should be some type of mutual understanding in relationships. Like I said, this is a like life lessons, mental health type of podcast I'm doing right now. And we need to be firm on our convictions and where we stand. And we have to have flexibility when it comes to those who we love and want to help or be a part in their life and in our lives. So if you are married, then there is something that you both of you have to make sacrifices in order to make things work. So in a relationship of any sort, there's a give and take situation, but a person just taking or a person just giving, that's an unevenly yoked situation. And that's something that needs to be thought about when you're in a relationship, because of the fact that you have to bring it to the table. You sit down, you have a conversation, and you discuss what your concerns are and what you would like, and they discuss what they like and what their concerns are, and you meet some type of mutual agreement, and then you can move forward. So, but if you have different things in the surface, from your experiences in the past, then you have to hash out those things first before you can be able to get past whatever situations. Because a person, you may assume or think a person is being disrespectful or whatever the case may be because of the fact of your past relationship. You may feel may have brought that baggage with you. So if you brought that baggage with you into the new relationship, then you have to iron that out and see things clearly for what they are and not what they appear to be, because it may not be the same situation. So with that, I just want to say I have conversations or lives that I do on Instagram as well. And I do that a little bit more frequently. It's True Light 097. I put the post of one of them up on this particular platform, so you can look at that and give me your opinions of what you think. I have like these discussions, different life lessons discussions that I discuss. But I have people come in and do lives, look at my page and everything on Instagram as well. And I appreciate all the subscribers. We're here to heal the nation. So, I mean, that's what hence the Heal the Nation podcast is about. Everyone's community, whoever's viewing, to be nice to one another, to be kind to yourself, because some of us have self-hate because of the fact that we may be dissatisfied with our situation and kick ourselves in the back because of the fact that we made wrong choices. But that's part of a growing process. Don't beat yourself up. What you do is you dust yourself off and you think of ways to make it better and you pursue those ways. There's a lot of people that are successful now and they didn't get successful overnight. They may have been hitting the ceiling for a while, and they're trying different things and working through it and learning in the process, because each thing you go through gets you closer and closer to your goal. So they learn about one particular thing they didn't know about, because when they had that obstacle, they learned how to deal with that obstacle. And then they got over that obstacle, and they may have met another obstacle and then got over that obstacle. But then the thing is, they've learned these experiences. So if these things pop up, they know how to deal with it. They know where to go. They know the resources. And then now you may see them in a successful light. Just because they're in that successful light, you don't know the journey. And part of the journey is self-development. So self-development is important, and part of that is our cognitive mind, our thinking. So our thinking process has to change in order for us to grow to the next level. And we can't be just going with the wind, so to speak, like blowing in the wind. So you have to have some type of foundation. You have to have some type of morals or standards. And if you have that foundation, it gives you a better grip on the situation, regardless of what the situation may be, regardless of what everyone else is doing. If you're doing the right thing, because everyone is not a millionaire, everyone is not a billionaire. It takes a certain mindset of an individual to get to certain levels. And with these certain levels, you can't be doing the same thing you've been doing when you didn't have any money as when you do have money. And it's not all about money. I'm just using that as an example because in your spiritual growth, it's the same. If people are not growing spiritually in a certain area, maybe it's time for you to move on to the next level. With that being said, I want to thank you for tuning in to F.M.S. Heal the Nation podcast. And you have a great night. And thank you for tuning in. And please like, subscribe, and look at our other platforms that we have. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, we are a community. And we need to like, share, and help others share and comment, please, because people look at the comments and they learn from your opinions as well. Because it's going to take all of us to work together to build a better future, a better world. So share your experiences and your opinions, and we could talk about it and come to a better conclusion. All right, thank you. Hi, this is the F.M.S. commercial. I'm just showcasing some of the merchandise that we have. This shirt right here is Mother Africa, is what it's called, by Nikia Mason. That has her signature. It's like a Picasso, like a Picasso shirt. It's one of our F.M.S. shirts that we have as well. It has our logo on the back of it with the TM here as far as trademark. And we have the other F.M.S. logo. That's one of our logos. We have the original logo on the sleeve with the TM. We have the other shirts as well. Like on the back, it had, this one has, is it on this one? Yeah, it's on the back of this one with the TM in there as far as the trademark on the back of the shirt as well. We have this F.M.S. shirt, Future Management Services shirt with the King Lion. So those are the shirts. These shirts right here go for $50. Then we have these shirts right here. You can see what's on there. As far as these shirts, these are $40. Quality material, very soft material, very, a lot of stitching. We have the hats for $40 as well, with the logo on the side, in the front, logos on the side. So these shirts here and these hats are $40, and the F.M.S. shirts are $50. So thank you very much for your time and your support. You can always go to our Cash App, or you can inbox me and let us know what you want, and we will make sure that we ship it out to you. So have a great day, and thank you for tuning in to F.M.S. Future Management Services, and have a great day.